Chevrolet redesigned the 2023 Chevrolet Colorado to make it a more refined pickup with enhancements to its exterior style, better technology, and improved engines. A couple of years later, the upcoming 2025 Chevrolet Colorado continues to build on the attitude that truck drivers should be able to find the right suspension, whether they are driving their Colorado in the city or are remote camping after driving over boulders, all while making engine choices easier. Keep watching to the end to learn what could be coming to truck buyers who are seeking a mid-sized truck like the 2025 Chevrolet Colorado. A new off-road package. In 2024, Chevrolet introduced a ZR2 Bison off-road package to the second iteration of the newly redesigned Colorado. The Bison reviewed well, with its ability to crawl over rocks while sporting a suspension that drives suspiciously well on pavement too. Chevrolet designed the truck with the help of American Expeditionary Vehicles, who engineered the Bison sturdily with 35-inch tires, a half-inch lift, stronger underplating, and better control dampers, making it a sought-after vehicle for technical and overland trips. The only problem we see with the Bison is that Chevrolet temporarily stopped selling them while waiting for an unspecified software fix, which caused issues with the Colorado and GMC Canyon. Stemming from the Bison's success, we can see Chevrolet upgrading the existing Trail Boss with shocks that are better able to handle more extreme scenarios. The current Trail Boss package offers some exterior upgrades, with wheel flares, black door handles, tinted windows, and halogen headlamps. But Chevy owners could use non-standard LED brake lights to freshen up the overall look and make for safer night driving. The Trail Boss also has the same interior modeling as the work truck trim, which isn't saying a whole lot. After all, why not make the inside a bit nicer, even if you are jumping into your truck in blue jeans and just want things to work well? To round out the need for a more upscale off-road trim without pursuing all the technical abilities of the Bison, Colorado and Silverado owners have also been vocal about the relatively rough ride of the Trail Boss suspension. So smoother shocks would also be welcome to help the Trail Boss be perceived as more than a slight upgrade to the base trims. Suspension. With potential movements on an upgraded suspension package, alongside the ZR2 and Trail Boss come calls to improve the base suspension in the Colorado. Many drivers currently appreciate the independent front suspension paired to a solid rear axle with leaf springs, which do help soften the ride on pavement and dirt. Chevrolet owners are hearing about and hoping for some upgrades that bring Colorado into the same on-road feeling as the rather comfortable Toyota Tacoma. Technology. The interior and technology of the Colorado changed rather significantly in 2023, bringing a big 11.3-inch infotainment touchscreen to the dashboard and adding wireless phone charging, which is perfect for those of us who don't want wires scattered around the front seats. Colorado drivers will still be happy with the technology inside the upcoming 2025 Chevrolet Colorado, although the inside isn't expected to change much. With Android Auto and Apple CarPlay having their simple yet helpful presence felt in the area of music and navigation, truck owners won't have a hard time adjusting from a previous generation. Interior colors. Truck interiors don't tend to offer much variety when it comes to interior colors. The current edition of the 2024 Chevrolet Colorado comes in jet black with Adrenaline Red, or jet black with Artemis. While the color Adrenaline Red speaks for itself in the poppy red stitching in Chevrolet's photos, Artemis is a little less obvious and appears to be a green color. One small rumor rumbling around the internet requests a new interior color. If a higher-end trim of the Colorado appears like that of the High Country, we'd like to see a softer, higher-end leather trim with some natural browns added. Engines. The 2025 Chevrolet Colorado will continue to have an excellent power plant with a 2.7-liter turbocharged inline-4 engine, producing 237 horsepower and 260 foot-pounds of torque, while the TurboMax engine pushes the envelope at 310 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque, which is standard on the Trail Boss, Z71, and ZR2. Unfortunately, we can quash any rumors that Chevrolet is bringing back the popular diesel option in 2025 or anytime soon. Per Chevrolet, they want to make engine choices less complicated, and they believe that the regular gasoline engines do everything owners want them to do without the need for diesel, in addition to demand not being very high. While we miss the additional torque produced by the diesel engine, we can't exactly blame Chevrolet for not wanting to continue development of an engine that not many people wanted. The transmission also remains unchanged on the Colorado. Chevrolet is still going against the grain with an 8-speed transmission, while other major brands like Ford and Toyota tend to install 10 speeds. The Colorado seems to be popular enough to get away with it. Transmissions with more gears are more commonly used to increase gas mileage. The Colorado is only a mile per gallon or two lower than the competitors, at most, and many drivers would exchange the additional power for the trusty 8-speed that Chevrolet has been installing in the Colorado since 2023. Colorado EV. While we aren't sure when we'll see Chevrolet launch a mid-size electric pickup, we can definitely tell that every major automaker, and some smaller ones, are working on building a battery-powered truck for the masses. With General Motors perfecting Ultium battery technology and dealership lots beginning to fill, and in some cases, sell electric pickups like the F-150 Lightning, Silverado EV, Sierra EV, and more, we know for sure that an electric Colorado is in the pipeline. GM even said it themselves that they would launch an electric version of a midsize pickup themselves by 2026. Rumor has it that General Motors plans to make the Colorado EV look like a combination of the recent Mexican release of the Chevrolet Montana and the old S10 model. While the actual specs are unclear, the GM executive overseeing affordable EV design reports that we'll likely see a 2-door truck with a 4 or 4.5-foot bed and a low roofline. All of this would be in an effort to make the truck as light and aerodynamic as possible to preserve battery life and power. We look forward to seeing what Chevrolet comes up with to get ahead of the competition when it comes to electric trucks that can go off-road, look nice, and get the range their drivers desire. Towing capacity. Want to tow a small trailer or boat? Or just have to head to the hardware store and pick up something big? The 2025 Colorado will still be able to assist you well there. With a max tow capacity of 7,700 pounds, still leads the pack in mid-sized trucks. Though to be fair, the gap isn't especially big as Colorado's GM twin in the GMC Canyon is tied for first, and the Ford Ranger can tow 7,500 pounds, and the Nissan Frontier at 6,690 pounds. This does make a big difference to truck owners who are worried about all the numbers adding up when it comes to bringing their tools, toys, and the wife and kids on a trip without delivering damage to the transmission and frame. You might see towing capacities change with the introduction of an electric Colorado, and we look forward to seeing those numbers in the future. Exterior. Since the exterior of the Colorado changed in a major way in 2023, we don't expect any changes in 2025. In our opinion, Chevrolet did an excellent job making the Colorado look like a distinct mini Silverado, so that we wouldn't change much yet anyway. Only the Toyota Tacoma had a similar body refresh recently, so we'll see when Chevrolet needs to up their game as other truck brands put clean slates on their trucks. We look forward to seeing what's next, but not for a little while. Fixing issues. GM was forced to make some changes to the 2024 Chevrolet Colorado as some owners experienced electrical and software issues, with the all-important touchscreen causing issues and DC fast charging acting up. Thankfully, Chevrolet got to the core of these problems and fixed them for affected customers, who won't have to worry about power issues in future releases of the truck, even as the electronics in vehicles continue to get more sophisticated. Pricing. A base 2025 Chevrolet Colorado work truck will likely start at $34,395 and reach $48,395 with all the additions a truck driver could get with the ZR2 edition. While you certainly could see a small lift in base MSRPs, we are more likely to see any increase come from the addition of a new off-road trip, as Chevrolet learns what customers will pay for in the competitor arena of trucks with serious suspension upgrades and factory lift kits.